Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday. If I seem a little bad, I'm a little under the weather right now. I'm getting better, just throat's still a lot on the sore side. Too much dick chugging, I guess. So, as we have been talking about for years and years, for at least months, we finally got to the last movie throughout November, and that, of course, is Knives Out.
One guilty party behind it all.
You know something. Spill it.
Oh my God.
Tell me what happened to my grandfather. I think you have something you want to tell me.
Which, the title doesn't exactly make much sense.
Well, except for the big old centerpiece with the knives, and
Yeah.
at least one of them turns out to be fake.
Yeah, which leads to a bit of a comedic moment.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
So, yes, I'm going to let the gorgeous Megan lead us off with her opinion about it. Mostly because my throat is already, as you can tell, a little on the sore side. And talking's not the best thing I can do right now. So
Yeah, that's totally the reason. It totally had nothing to do with the fact you're trying to kiss my ass.
I do that regardless, so.
Uh-huh.
So what did you think of Knives Out?
It was good. I mean, it took a little bit to get started, at least with the humor. But it was actually kind of crazy and kind of funny. Like, it was like enough darkness and enough comedy to... Like, it was pretty much like what we were hoping for, I think, with Ready or Not.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest issue, and I will agree with you. It's a slow burn of a movie. It's some of the issues that I think Rian Johnson always comes across. And yes, or Rian Johnson, I think is what's it pronounced. He's got an I in there. It bothers me.
Yeah, it seemed to be Rian, but...
He swears it's pronounced Ryan. It's like, that would require a Y.
I was about to say, spell it with a Y then, you weirdo.
But yeah, most of his movies have a bit of a slow burn until the plot really gets moving. Mostly so in this instance, it's all for character development. It's meant to help build up characters, establish who they are, what they are, how they feel about things. And there is a lot of really good character developments. There's a lot of really good stuff dealing with, how do you pronounce his name? Not Craig Johnson. Daniel Craig's character, Detective Blanc.
Benoit Blanc.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be from New Orleans.
He's supposed to be from Kentucky.
Oh. Really, because he has like a very French-sounding name and a very slow Southern drawl.
Yeah, well, I know they make kind of little jokes about him being from
Yeah,
Kentucky.
CSI, KFC.
Yeah. Call him Kentucky Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah. It's a Kentucky Foghorn Leghorn drawl.
Yeah. But this is, for a Rian Johnson movie, this is kind of a all-star kind of cast is the best way to kind of put it. You have, of course, Daniel Craig as this detective. You have Chris Evans as a grandson of Christopher Plummer, out of all people, who it ends up he is found dead. His throat is slit, and they're trying to figure out who did it. Though they believed for a while that it was suicide.
I would say it's initially ruled a suicide. The two detectives, they suspect that, but Mr. Blanc, Daniel Craig,
believes it was a murder.
but just then someone hired him, thinking it's like, okay, well, I disagree that it's suicide, so please, help uncover who did it.
Yeah, and he's the nicest way to think of it. If y'all have read any Agatha Christie,
Hercule Poirot.
Yes, he's very much built in a vein of Hercule Poirot. And it's one of those that this is exactly how the movie's being advertised. It's a whodunit. Because it's not as straightforward as it seems to be.
Yeah, it's... Pretty much the reveal happens fairly early, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah, at first the reveal seems to, and it was kind of one thing that kind of disappointed me a bit. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of.
I was like, okay, there's gotta be more to it. It's like, gotta be someone else, like, kind of pulling the strings back behind the curtain there. Just
Yeah, don't pay attention to men behind the curtain.
Exactly.
And it turns out...
Or women behind the curtain.
And it turns out there is actually a lot more to the entire flick. And that's one of the great things. And also, I still will be remiss of missing out on some of the other great actors and actresses. Toni Collette is in this, being just awesome as always. And then, of course, you have Michael Shannon. He just seems like always constantly wanting to scream at the top of his lungs.
And Don Johnson and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm. And that's... The only thing I can also say in terms of negative is with such an all-star cast, it does fairly quickly delve into, or come down to where it's all dealing with just a couple of different characters.
Yeah, I would say that was a little bit disappointing. Like, I would have loved to spend a little more time with each of the characters.
Yeah. Especially considering how kind of bastard person Michael Shannon kind of can be, and also how bad Toni Collette can be, Jamie Lee Curtis even in her own way.
And
Don
Johnson kind of almost takes the cake there.
Yeah, and it's nothing against how the movie... Or it's nothing to say like, oh, they did bad with their roles. They did fantastic with it.
It just... Everybody in this movie just about is an asshole.
Yeah.
Or at least everyone in that family.
Yeah, because it ends up that one of the big... Just to kind of spoil a little for y'all, the big kind of crux of everything is surrounding this nurse for Christopher Plummer. I cannot pronounce her name. I'm not going to try.
It's Marta.
Yeah, Marta. I can't remember her last name.
I can't remember the... I don't know.
This young lady, Megan will have to vamp for me because I don't remember where the hell I've seen her from.
There was a video talking about, like, people that may look familiar. Of course, a lot of it's like, well, duh, these are famous people. But with this one chick, it's like, okay, I haven't seen her or anything, but okay.
Anna de Armas?
Yeah, mostly she looks like Adeline Kane.
Those who might know her probably know her from, like, seems she was in Yesterday earlier this year and Blade Runner 2049, which I haven't seen. Don't give a shit.
Yeah,
about.
I haven't seen any of that. So.
Yeah, so she was in War Dogs too. I guess I saw that and I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, I think it said like she was supposed to be someone's girlfriend, and then like one of the guy's girlfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a fantastic amount of like really sharp, pretty well barbed, pretty much exchanges between characters. There is some actually really well done characterization for different people. And there is actually a good mystery here, even though it seems like it spills the beans on it a little quickly. But again, like I said, the biggest knock I can say against the movie is just sometimes the writing is a little messier than it needs to be. Mostly because some characters are just literally in the background and they're not given anything really to do.
Of course, it just got the beans and sausage scene.
Mm-hmm.
Or gives you that bowl. It's like pretty much asking her to spill the beans. Mm-hmm. I just... Damn it.
Yeah, Rian Johnson, he really likes his... he likes his puns. Much like moi.
Even if you don't get them right away. Yeah, like, yeah, it didn't mean till just now, like, wait. Talking about spilling the... Like, oh, okay. Okay.
Took Megan a while.
Bite me.
But yeah, like I said, the biggest knock I can say against the movie is that. But beyond that, like I said, there's really great actual acting happening throughout it. The movie can almost veer into a bit of the melodramatic at times. But
that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
This family, full of drama queens, full of spoiled rich assholes.
Yeah.
And just only one or two decent ones of the lot.
Yeah. But hey, we're not going to keep talking more and more about it because that's probably one of the biggest issues about trying to review the film is that you can't really talk about much without revealing a ton of the
I was saying
plot.
without spoiling it, really.
Yeah.
And we don't really do that. We would encourage y'all to go see it.
Unless it's an absolute turd, in which case you're going to spoil the shit out of it, because fuck that movie. If so. But this is not one of those instances.
This is one that we don't want to spoil it. Go see it. Go see it for yourself.
Yeah, I would say go check it out. It's actually well worth it. It's actually a pretty damn good whodunit. Biggest issue is realize you're going to be a little for probably the first 15, 20 minutes or so. You'd be like, alright, come on, maybe let's get moving.
Yeah, no, slow burn, like you said. Just trying to introduce the characters and set up the story and set up their relationships with each other. And
yeah. So, but hey, it's actually a really interesting flick. It's a pretty damn good whodunit. It's one of the better
it's
dark
almost,
comedies in a while.
It's almost a Shakespearean tragedy. Like if Shakespeare wrote a whodunit ever, it's like...
Pretty sure we could figure out one that we could shape to make it seem like a Shakespeare whodunit. But yeah, it's a fantastically well done flick. It just, like I said, biggest problem, a little on the slow side at times. But once it picks up, though, it actually really gets moving. And it doesn't feel like it really stops until then, which is good. So, what would you give Knives Out as a final score?
I gotta give it a 9.
I'm going to be a little bit more critical, and I'm actually going to give it probably an 8. The biggest issue... the biggest issue, I would say, of course, like I keep saying, the slower nature of the film at the beginning, and a bit of the
paid off to me, though.
Yeah. It did eventually pay off, but I think that that's one of the issues people going into this are going to have, that if they don't know as much about it, they just know it's a whodunit, they're going to be a little disappointed, especially since, again, the other issue there is that kind of reveal on how things happen, and yes, there's more of a payoff to it, but going into the scenes, you're like, this is kind of disappointing. And the other issue of the fact that some of the characters are kind of left on the wayside, when I really would like to...
And also, I think we've seen enough movies as like, okay, you're like blowing your load this early in the film. There's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah. Hell, watch enough episodes of CSI, you understand that. Or watch Bones and you realize, hey, the person they talked to for all of a minute, but really doesn't say much of anything, that's probably the person who actually...
Well, it's kind of why I suspected the little kid, but...
The masturbating kid.
Masturbating Nazi.
Yeah. Trust me, the joke's worth it. It's actually pretty damn funny. But yeah, that's our feelings on Knives Out. A really quick little review here for a change. It's kind of not just because, I want to get done because my throat hurts, but more just because, it's...
There's only so much we can talk about without spoiling it.
Yeah, it's just one of those, it's hard to talk about without spoiling the movie, and maybe eventually we'll spoil more of it if it ends up on our best of list and everything.
Yeah, it's hard to, really suck its cock without...
Yeah, you gotta...
giving everything away.
Yeah, give good grippage on the ball sack and maybe slip a middle finger up in there and be like, ooh, you're not just getting a pinky, you're getting a little bit of middle. It's a little longer. I broke her.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, I call myself a film whore for a reason. I broke her.
Shut up.
But hey, that's Knives Out for you. We need to talk about something else, though, that, unfortunately, since it's the end of the month, we gotta talk about what's coming up next month. And I am going to go ahead and let y'all know a little bit of how things are going to play out. So, next month's gonna suck in a lot of regards, simply because a lot of the movies that are coming out... Oh my god, really? I hit something that's like, hey, you want to do this? No, I really don't. It's like, all I'm trying to do is get something, get off. I don't want to piss off. I just want to close it. And it's like, here, you want to do this? No, I don't. Alright, so the biggest issue is that there's a lot of this is really the Oscar movie last couple months. So there's a lot of like little movies that are being released. So we're not gonna have. There's not a whole lot really coming out in spades. So probably what we're gonna do next weekend, since the only technical movie that comes out is like, in terms of big release, is the Playmobil movie, and
which actually was supposed to come out earlier this year.
yeah,
I pushed back several times thanks to STX wanting to
save money for hustlers.
Yeah, wanting to pull all their what little money they had into hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, look what that got you.
Yeah, so instead of seeing that and knowing that we're going to be in pain the entire time, we're instead probably going to make it a Netflix weekend. Definitely there will probably be a review of The Irishman, the Martin Scorsese flick. Ooh, that's 3 hours though. That's gonna be that's gonna be a trip. It's the best way to describe it.
Slog.
Yeah, so we'll see if it makes up for that long time. And then we have the 13th. Since I do not want to watch the next Jumanji because I have a brain, we're probably going to watch Richard Jewell. And I really don't care that much. It's a Clint Eastwood flick. It's probably going to suck.
I don't want to see that movie.
But I don't want to see Jumanji.
I'd rather see Jumanji than Richard Jewell.
Jumanji's going to be terrible. There's nothing even remotely funny about the trailer.
Are we in Florida?
Are we in Florida? Because it's just this horrible attempt at The Rock to be funny, and unfortunately, it's like, oh, you can actually be funny, and instead you're just being fucking annoying. Now, the week after that, I don't know. We might see Cats. We're gonna go see Star Wars.
I was totally gonna go see Cats.
I might blow my brains out and still see Cats. Now, actually, that kind of brings into something, because the last week of December, there is one movie I'm actually kind of looking forward to, but it's actually coming out in a limited fashion, and that, of course, is 1917. Now,
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you've liked most action war films I've shown you. Yeah, so let's throw another one on there. Again,
you know what I think when I think
all
of
the
World
Crow
War...
to...
You know what I think when I think of World War I and World War II, especially World War I? Depressing.
That's the idea.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's in the past. Let's leave it in the past. Move on. Let's...
Stop clapping. Please. But, either way, if anything that we're going to watch, we're probably going to watch 1917. If we can. That's one of the issues with the theaters kind of around us, is that they may show some limited, but not very many. If not, just out of the shits and giggles, we might go see the Cats thing after that, and you're going to see me hang myself. I'll just do it live on camera for you all.
As much of a freak show as Cats looks,
It's gonna.
I would much rather go see that than 1917.
No, Cass doesn't look like a freak show. Cass looks like a massive fucking turd. Cass looks like the turd that your cat doesn't even want to cover with kitty litter because it's just so stinky and nasty looking.
Still would much rather go see that than 1917. 1917 can kiss my fucking ass.
Again, the Crow I need to feed her over Midway.
Okay, Midway was different. Okay?
I still have not gotten a good explanation behind this for the past 2 weeks. I just keep giving her that crow pie there to chew on.
Midway was clearly the exception. Move on.
Sure.
It's the exception to the rule. Move on. I don't like war movies. I find them boring and depressing.
4, and she's like 3. Technically 4 out of 5.
The Patriot, I don't consider a war movie.
Saving Private Ryan, she liked a lot.
I didn't like it a lot. It was alright. I don't remember any goddamn thing that happened in it.
Yeah, she's
you could show it to me, and you could show it to me again, and I'd be like, okay, what the hell just happened? I know we just watched it, but I'm sorry, it's not that memorable.
if we can, we will try to see 1917 because, hey, maybe it'll be good. Hey, it can't be any worse than any of the other movies that, what's his name? The guy who directed Skyfall. I think it's like Sam Mendes or something like that. Can't be worse than some of the other shit he's done before. Just me, I've watched a lot worse that has been a lot more or self-indulgent than whatever 1917 looks like. So, hey, that's what December is going to entail. And, hey, it might be a fun month. It might be a lot of month of pain. We'll just see what ends up all happening. And we'll hopefully be able to miss the abomination that happens at the end of the year. Because we would like to leave, you know, that CGI monstrosity behind. But hey, until then, y'all, we'll see y'all next week. Or, in fact, maybe here in just a few minutes with something a little different. So until then, everybody, I'll see y'all there. So, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.